guys, I'm Amy, and you've landed on Belle Loves Bargains. That's my cow Effingham, and sometimes he co-hosts with me. He's got a lot to say. This channel is Dollar Tree, and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25, people. So stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about the 4 uploads I do every week, just check out the description box for more information. Enjoy!
Because you're mine. You better stop the things you do. I know I put a spell on you because you're mine. Okay, that was a really short version. It's a great, soulful, old song, but super hard to sing in the morning, a cappella. All right, guys, welcome to Belle's Bargains. My name is Amy. I'm not making excuses for my lousy singing. I'm just telling the truth. All right, today is Totally Easy Tuesday, and so I have done 4 totally easy, and I mean easy, Dollar Tree crafts. No, I love to do this. It's like a thing on my channel. Take what the Dollar Tree sells us and make it fabulous. Okay, so, and I'm at like 2,493 subscribers. Now, here's my issue. I'm almost 2,500, which means I'm going to give me my gnome-tastic box of gnomes. And, but I had this fabulous haul video from this weekend that didn't get out because something is wrong with my internet at home. So we don't know what it is. And over the weekend, I couldn't find out. So anyway, so I'm uploading this, and then I guess the haul will come out on Wednesday, which is too bad. I hate to release a Wednesday haul, but I'm not going to save it for next Saturday. I should. Maybe I will. Oh, I don't know. Just watch and just find out. All right. Okay. So today, though, is the Totally Easy Tuesday crafts. And if you're new to the channel, you should know this is Dollar Tree, and only Dollar Tree. That's like all I do. My supplies, everything come from the Dollar Tree. And then Thursdays, usually it's theme Thursday. So if everything goes right, keep my fingers crossed, Tuesday and Thursday today are going to match this week. So this is apothecary week for me, and potions and stuff. I put a spell on you. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Okay, so, well, that would be books, I guess. Oh, I don't know. I'll sing Love Potion number 9 before you tell me on Thursday. All right, so let me just show you the 4 things that I made for you really quickly here, and they're so easy. I love to do this because Dollar Tree gives us great bones, and you have to know how to pop it. Okay, so they have these books that are just cardboard boxes, right? And so they normally open up. I glued this because I want this to stay this way for my apothecary display. But this isn't what it started looking like. If you look at this book, I don't have to, so I can't. Wait, just watch how I made this.
Let's do this voiceover. Look, see how, like, you can barely see those bottles? So first thing I'm going to do is outline all the bottles, and this is just with a Sharpie. So a whole bunch of this. Whenever I'm painting and drawing, you guys, it's just a thing. I always forget that I'm filming, and I pull it really in close to my body so I can see. I think it's just because of my eyesight. So much of this literally just didn't get filmed. But basically, all I'm doing is outlining those bottles. And just by doing that, it popped them so much, like you can just see. And so I really had fun just trying to enhance all of the details on the front of this where the bottles were. Now, notice I didn't touch the verbiage, right? The complete apothecary, those words. I didn't touch anthology any of the words on it, because those were pretty good. And it would have been extremely difficult to outline that small print like that. But the images of the bottles, that was fairly easy to do. And just doing that changed it so drastically. So just on something like this, you know, always outlining with black makes things really pop. See, I just go off camera because and then I go, oh yeah, I'm filming. Anyway, I've got to figure out a way to I need a body cam when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Okay, and then I colored in all of those bottles, like I told you guys, with different markers, paint markers, glitter markers, so on and so forth. I glued the box shut because now I'm going to work on sort of the sides of it where those spills are that look so faded, and so I just really wanted to color everything in and make it more vibrant. So I'm using like metallic markers, glitter markers, and just sort of coloring them in, the spills in, so they're just more vibrant. It's the only word I can come up with right now, vibrant. Anyway, but that works, look, because now you can like totally see the spill. And this is kind of fun. And I had a silver one marker that I was trying to get going so I could fill in another spill. Just like going to town on this thing. You guys use your imagination and do whatever you can just to bring out the details that are already in these graphics, and they're super good. They just need a little help. Like I said, it's just poor printing. The graphics, the images are wonderful, but they're not printed on super good stock of anything, so that's why the colors aren't very vibrant. I'm just coloring here off camera. That's so bad. I so apologize, you guys. I really need to figure out how I'm gonna fix that. But anyway, but this is, again, it's just taking your markers and coloring things in however you want to color them in. And like I said, these are all Dollar Tree markers, and I buy those are the brush markers that are in the packages there. Then there's the glitter markers, there's the metallic markers, there's the glass markers. There's so many of them. Look at that purple. That is the metallic purple marker, and that's the spill that's on the side of the book, and it just looks so much better colored in. You can totally see it now. Okay, and then I think after I'm done coloring in all the sides on the book, I'm going to do some sanding and really start to age this book. Now, you could skip this step if you wanted to, but I like to do that just because it's like, it's got all these spills on it, so obviously it's a book that's been used, so we might as well make it look like it's been used, and we're going to do that by aging it. So I'm going to just go through and sand every single side of it and start to give it some depth on the sides with to darken it up. So it's just the sanding thing that you hold with your hand, which is super cool. I went a little harder on the corners because corners usually get beat up on a used book. By the way, you could not darken this because it looks kind of good just with the sanding. Like it's just a beat up old cover on it. So I just go to town, sanding all of my sides. Not really sanding anything on the center of it because I wanted that to just be okay. I didn't want to scratch that up. I don't even know what to say here. All right, and I'm just using my black shoe polish to go around on all the edges, really darken it up. So pretty simple. And then I think after I finish this, I do a whole bunch on the back to cover that up. So I just like blah, 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 blah. Put black on there. Just like, I hate that they do that on these because it totally ruins it. And I added a little bit of darkening on the sides to bring out the pages effect of the graphics. And then just keep darkening to your likeness, whatever you see it as. And then, so I've colored the spill on the front of the book with the metallic purple, and now I'm putting hot glue over it to three-dimensionalize it on the front of the book. It came out super cute. Really, it worked really well. And the glue is sort of self-leveling as you put it on there. Anyway, I think this came out super cute. I hope you guys like it as well. It was just a way to really enhance a cool graphic there they gave us.
So you can see how dull it was to start out with. Now this is so simple, but it just takes this book to so many places. It looks so much brighter now. Sorry, I'm going to turn down my braids. It looks so much brighter now just by enhancing the colors. Like the spill stuff on the side, which I absolutely love, was dull. You couldn't really see it. And just by, see the edge of the books, like by doing that sanding and blackening that out with my black shoe polish, which is in this sock section, when you can find it. Just aging it. And there's that where they have that white part. I just like went over it with, not that you're going to see the backside anyway, but I was like, I just don't want to see it. So I did shoe polish all over it and really darken that back up. Okay, but you can see. Now I love this. It's so hard in the video right now to see this, but so using those markers, and all of my markers are from Dollar Tree. So these are the paint markers, the glitter markers, the glass markers, any markers they sell. And I just play with them and get my colors. So you've already seen it, but I'm going to reiterate it. Outlining things is the way to make them pop. These bottles you could barely see on the front of this, and just by outlining it, it just suddenly they were more visible. Anyway, you saw how I made it, so we don't need to go on and on. But you could do this with any of their books. Now, I'm just doing it with this one because I wanted the apothecary front of it for my display. So, but this, the glue is so cool, and all you ever want to do, if you want colored glue, you color where you're gonna, and then put your glue on top. The color comes through the clear glue. That's all this is. It's not purple glue. I'm gonna do this on some of my bottles, FYI. Okay, so super easy, super cute, and it looks so much better. You can see the bottles now. Okay, let's move along. So another one that they gave us, which was a great staple, and the graphics are good. See, this is about graphics, and I've said this before. Their graphics are super good, but then they're cheaply produced. So that means you don't get vibrant colors, you don't get the stuff that's gonna make it look really good. That's our job, apparently. So that's fine, I'll do it. Let's do it together. So this sign, which is new this year, I think it's so cute. And this is Pick Your Poison. Look at how those bottles pop now. And I mean pop. And they didn't before. They look three-dimensional now. So again, this is just, oh gosh. Here, I'll show you what I did.
Now look how dull it looks right now. Ugh, right? And it's just gonna look so completely different. I don't even feel like I need to voice over this because it's pretty basic. I mean, I'm going to outline everything on these bottles. I'm going to paint the back. I'm going to add some dimension with the metallic markers. So we can just sort of watch me do that. But the very first step is I'm going to blacken out the entire side of the sign. So, and I was going to use this poster marker, and then I went, no, because I won't be able to get in the crevices. And then I just took a Sharpie and colored all the signs. So when you're doing something like this and it's pretty intricate, the Sharpie works the best because you can't get into those little crevices with like the shoe polish or anything. Okay, and now I'm just taking my black. I've outlined all the edges of the bottles, and I'm putting like Sharpie on there and rubbing it in just to give it a little more shadowing is the word I wanted. And then this is obviously the shoe polish, which I'm just going over the entire back of it just to finish off the back, I guess is how I see it, and as opposed to just having the blank MDF on the back. I don't know, that's for me, that works for me, that's what I like to do. And by coloring the sides, it helps so much, because if you look at it from an angle, you're not seeing the natural color of the MDF. So I like to color in all of their MDF on these signs. All right, and so now I'm gonna sand the sides of the bottom of the sign. And again, I just did this to get off any extra paper that was hanging over, and to darken all four sides of that down there. And I'm using the shoe polish to do so. Got a little on the middle and I wiped it off. You could also, obviously, I could have aged that Pick Your Poison portion. I didn't want to. I just liked it pretty clean like that, because this is sort of a cartoonish sort of thing with these bottles. And then here we go. Bam! Look at that. So remember, I've outlined so much in the Sharpie on it already. The skull all around the wolf, the lines around the spider venom, the tag of the moonlight elixir, And those have all been Sharpie outlined, including all the bottles and the bottle tops. And now I'm just adding in my metallic markers. So this is the silver metallic, which I ended up using on the white bottle instead of the silver bottle, because I figured I can use the blue on the silver, which I did, and it looks really good. And then these are, you have to shake these pens, and then you have to push them in to release sort of the sparkly paint. But they're not obnoxious, they're absolutely perfect, and they give the perfect sheen on these bottles. So then after I do that, I'm going to put the green on the green one, and then the spider venom, I decided to use the blue, which I love. Adding that extra color into there, I think just really popped all of this. So this is just shadowing, and by the way, the shadowing is already on there. These lines are already all on there, you're just coloring over them. So they've done the hard work. You don't have to figure out how to shadow because they've already done it for you. And I'm following, so darker, intense color where it's darker on the bottle and lighter where it's lighter, right? So I'm following exactly what the illustration already is. It looks so good. Look at that. Bam, ba-bam. Okay, so you can watch me finish this. I'm going to add the blue, and on the blue one I ended up doing the whole top, the solid blue, because almost like it was a crystal topper. I thought that looked pretty cool. So I love this one. It did end up being my favorite. Anyway, you guys can finish watching me color this. I hope you like this one as well. And here we go with that blue. And this is a set of 4. These metallic markers are that set of 4, I think. Or is there a 5th one? Anyway, just look for them. They're really amazing. They're in like the school supply stuff usually, you know, where all the markers are. Okay, you can watch me finish it off here. But this is it basically, and it just came out so good.
You guys, you see how just using that, and I did paint the back, but see, I just did one coat. I wasn't too concerned. But just outlining it does so much. And outlining some of the details, like outlining this little sign, outlining, I didn't outline the wolf, I just outlined his sign. But look at the dimension we get in these bottles now by adding those sparkly markers, the sparkle glitter markers from Dollar Tree, which I love. They're so amazing. And they just do, because it's not too much glitter, it's just enough to give it sort of that sheen. Doesn't this look so much better? I don't need to take it off the sign, I don't need anything. And even just by popping, sanding this and outlining this in person, it's a lot better, but you can sort of see, like, it almost gives it an aged look. I didn't mess too much with the words because I was really going for more of a pop rather than an aged, right? And it looks so much better. This is phenomenal now. I mean, this ended up, might be my favorite today. No, I know what my favorite is. I know what my favorite is, but not because it's super good, just because it's funny. This. And when I picked up the sign, I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And then it came to me, Farm Fresh Poison. Yes, right? Like, oh, God. Okay, so now I got to say that, well, hold on. Watch how I made this one.
Farm Fresh Poison. Come on, that is so funny. All right, so this is the stain. I want to say I used walnut, and I'm so sorry I didn't pull up the can and show you, but I'm pretty sure it was walnut. It wasn't golden oak, it was walnut. And the stippling brush, which works really well because I've got to get stain inside of all these little crevices, and so that's why I use that. It just works so well because it's so hard to get the stain in there when you're using a rag, right? On the screen there's my rag in the plastic bag that I normally use for staining, and I didn't do it. And I'm just going to throw this brush away. I mean, it's pretty much Oh, actually, I guess I could throw it in the plastic baggie. It's still on my craft table. I'll do that. And then I'll still have it for the next time. Anyway, so this works really well. That's a super good crafting tip, is to get a set of those brushes to use for staining. Then I just go ahead and finish it that way, because I'm not looking for like this perfection, just because it's a poison sign. I think it's really funny. And up at the very top there where it wouldn't stain, that's where I did hot glue on the hole and it smeared out of there. So just don't do that. I ended up using the hole because I ended up hanging this sign. I thought I was going to put it on a stand. Okay, so finish this. I set it aside and I let it dry. I did make sure I got all of the pools of the stain out of my little crevices, right? You don't really need those pooling up in there, so it's just working them out of there. Then I let it dry, and then I took my walnut. Oh, I guess both of these were walnut. This was walnut stain and this is a walnut furniture marker. And went over this like 2 to 3 times, trying to get this super dark. I just wanted it to be that super, super dark brown. If I did another one, which I probably will next year, I'll probably do it in the black. Also, could have been done in red, but this was just how I decided to do this one. There was something, I guess, because I was doing the farm fresh. I just thought it, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. So, furniture marker, and went over that, and bam. Just really made it dark. I don't know where I went to right now, but I just keep going over it in the lighter areas. Just keep trying to darken it up. Okay, and then once I'm all done, so it's satisfying, though, to watch somebody do this in high speed, isn't it? Like, look at how fast I'm coloring. And then once I get that all done, I'm going to move on to my Farm Fresh. So I already told you I didn't have a stencil, so I had to use the big poster letters. It's fine. I will do this sign again next year in a completely different way. I'm sure they're going to bring this out every year, because doing these wood cuts on top of their circle things is something it looks like they're going to continue to do. But that just looks cool right there, doesn't it? Anyway, so now I'm going to go in and get my letters. I was short one F, so I had to paint over or marker over an F in a different color for the fresh part, but you can't even tell when it's all said and done. So I'm just looking at the center and going with, you know, there's a space between the A and the R in farm, so I just visually spaced it. I did not like actually space it out with any measuring device. So, but it's fine. I think it came out fine. I'm just visually what looks best, and like it won't lay down. I have to Mod Podge over it, and then we're gonna go to the fresh. So I'm gonna be out of frame here, but the fresh, that F was like blue, and I Sharpied it black because I didn't have another F that was black. So that's just another crafting tip, because you can Sharpie over those color ones and get the letter that you need. So Farm Fresh, and then once I get this laid out the way that I want it, now I'm going to Mod Podge over the whole thing. And I end up Mod Podging over the entire sign. I was just like, let's complete the look and seal in all of that stain so that nothing else could stain it. And also, if you put Mod Podge on and then don't put it on the whole place, usually you can tell where there was Mod Podge and where you didn't put Mod Podge. So I just go ahead and put it on the whole thing, and then I let it dry. Now, this was where I was like, I could stop with just this because I thought it was fine, but I was like, no, let's add some actual farmhouse-ish decor things to this. And so the rub-ons I thought were a nice little add-on. As I was going through all my rub-ons, I ended up picking the one that had the orange in it because I felt that was more like fall Halloween colors. Anyway, you can just watch me do that, the rest of that here. I had all kinds of rub-ons to choose from, but I did end up choosing the ones with the orange on there. Okay, so that was it. And then this sign will be done. I think it came out super cute. By the way, these rub-ons worked phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I think it was because I was rubbing them onto Mod Podge. So I'd Mod Podge the whole sign and then rubbing these on. And I think that was just like the perfect thing to rub them onto. So just FYI, maybe a layer of Mod Podge before you use some of the Dollar Tree rub-ons would be helpful. Okay, so I put these on, and then I go around and put some others on, and I just sort of fill the sign up a little bit. Hope you like it.
Okay, so you guys, I want you to notice a few things. Like when I use like that stipple brush to put my stain on, which I got at the Dollar Tree, I don't know, like a year ago when they had stain there for a short time. It'll come back at some point, I'm sure. And then using the big letters, they didn't really stick well once you stain. I'm sure you all know that. I knew that. I didn't care because I knew I was going to Mod Podge over them. And I wanted that base of the stain. And then this, of course, is just a furniture marker. I thought about doing it in black, and then I was like, no, I really want more, I don't know. I knew the letters were going to be black. But you could go that route. You could just totally do only black on this, and I think it would look really good. I ended up using the rub-ons. They're old rub-ons from a couple years ago at Dollar Tree. They still sell them because it had the little orange flowers, and I thought, okay, that keeps with my fall Halloween colors. And I tried to put a bow on it. That didn't work. So you could do this however you want. I just think all by itself, it's hysterical because it says Farm Fresh Poison. Come on, you guys. It's just funny. Put this in your farmhouse kitchen, like Farm Fresh Poison. I thought my idea was good. Okay, so that one was fun, just a little humorous, super easy, because today is Totally Easy Tuesday. And we have one more for you, but it's 3. It's a set of 3. So new this year were their potion bottles that are the cutouts. Now again, they're really good graphics, but they need help, but not much help. These were the easiest to pop up. So first of all, these are the 3 of them right here. So you have crow's feet, what is it? Vampire ashes and spider legs. Okay, so I love the colors of these 2. Watch how I made these.
Okay, so these colors match perfectly. That's violet. This one is heather green. I think the last one is red oxide, I think, something like that. But anyway, they match. And I use the Acrylology paints from Dollar Tree. They're amazing. So I don't know why anybody goes anywhere else. So I'm just going to paint the back of these, remove the stickers. I don't know why I show you me removing the sticker, but anyway. And I'm just going to get that off of there and then paint the back. And it's just to complete it, right? Just so it looks more finished. And so I do that on all 3 of them. And then I'm going to take to redecorating what is on the necks of them and outlining them and sanding and rusting, aging them rather up. So, okay. So the back of them gets completely painted. And it matched perfectly, which makes sense. These are the colors that they're selling, so it makes sense that it matches the items that they're selling. Just remember that, right? It's way easier if you buy the paints from the place that they come from. All right, so this is the purple one. I'm sanding it all around the edges. I do that to all 3 of them. I think I only show you one being done because there wasn't any need to watch it 3 times over. And I'm taking my Sharpie and outlining the sign on the front of it. Brown shoe polish, rubbing it all over it to age it some, especially on the edges, and then I eventually go over it with black just on the edges as well, just to finish it off. Remember, outline for that pop. So all of the signs got outlined, all of the labels got outlined. So what I'm putting here is a little crow rub-on onto what is the donger part of one of the beach buoy bell things, which I had sitting in my stuff, just FYI, but you can put anything there. And then the metallic ribbon for this one, and put the spider back in the center of it. And on the red one, I'm going to use that black twine that came off the other ones, put it back on there, and add some of these vampire bat rings that came out of a party thing from Dollar Tree, and glue them on there. That's it. This one's done, and it came out so good. These look fabulous. Which one is your favorite? Hold on, I'll be back on to say goodbye.
again, you guys, it's just taking the time to look at it and be like, how do I bring it up? Interestingly enough, the colors were like a perfect match. And I'm sure it's because my colors come from Dollar Tree. I use all their acrylic. That's the only acrylic paints I use. And I love them. I don't know why everybody has to go to Walmart to buy Cracker Barrel, Craft, whatever. Apple Barrel, whatever it is. I think it's Apple Barrel. So I buy them from Dollar Tree. I don't need to go to more than one store. I like to one-stop shop. So this was so easy. So by painting the back, loved that they had painted the sides, added that, brought it full circle, right? So now it's a whole piece. But I would say the most important thing that I did was outlining the middle sign in the black, because look at how it makes that pop. Totally makes it pop. And then, okay, so just on each one of them, you already saw it, but outlining that made it pop. I changed so they didn't all have the same thing. Two of them had the black string with a spider. One of them didn't have anything to do with spiders. And I was like, no, I want them all to have their own individuality. They're just to be different in their own way. I think this is my favorite topping on a bottle, was to use that metal ribbon. This was the spider that came on it, so I thought that looked really good. And just doing this, the sanding around and the scraping. And again, that light outline in black after I was done aging it just makes the whole bottle pop. These are so good now. They're so good. And the little vampire bats on this one, I did use the original black thread or string that came on two of them on this one. But these look amazing, don't they? Amazing. All right. That was your Totally Easy Tuesday. Which one of these was your favorite? I think my favorite, just because I'm humorous, is Farm Fresh Poison, because that's just hysterical, is it not? And I'll probably do one every year. Like, I didn't have a good Farm Fresh stencil, which is why I used the letters, but had I taken the time to make myself a stencil, you know, and could have gone all the way around it and made my Farm Fresh smaller so that it could have topped it with greenery and all that. But again, this is Totally Easy Tuesday, so it's going completely the easy route. I still think it's adorable. I absolutely love it. And so I think that's my favorite. But as far as artistically, this, I just think, was such a transformation. Like, just adding those colored sparkle pens did so much to this that this is absolutely, it's so adorable now. It looks so good. Okay, guys. So everybody, I hope you loved that Totally Easy Tuesday. We'll be back, fingers crossed, on Thursday with the rest of my apothecary stuff. I still have a lot of work to do. It takes a lot of time, but that's okay. I might just do what I've done because I already have some done, and then maybe I do a second half one next week. Okay, everybody, have a great day, great week, a great life. And don't forget, like, I'm 7 away from hitting my 2,500, and I put a spell on you because you're mine, my subscriber. All right, everybody, happy from your singing crafty crafter. Happy hunting at your local Dollar Tree. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys to death. You're the besties. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.